This is an article from the Gamer. Destiny 2's disastrous armor transmog is the surest sign yet that Bungie needs your cash. Now, um, first of all, before I get into, actually, you know what? I can do that first. So basically, let me explain what a transmog is. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
transmogs became very popular in MMOs like World of Warcraft, where let's say you you farm in a dungeon for like an amazing piece of gear, right? But it's ugly. And you have to wear it, but
But
it
you
just makes your
ugly.
character look like crap, right?
Yeah.
So what a transmog does is it takes all your armor and it stylizes them all to match in a nice looking set. So that's what a transmog is. And people love them because they can wear the strongest armor that might not look so good, but then they can stylize it to look really nice. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So Destiny, for those that haven't played Destiny, their armor is of like it's like a hodgepodge of like clunky armor, like sleek armor, like it's just all different types of looking armor. So if you take all your best pieces and put them on your character, you can end up looking pretty funky.
Yes.
So one of the features that people wanted was transmog, and so here we go. Um, uh, I want to read where it talks about what the transmog is. Okay, here we go. Um, so they added a transmog system called armor synthesis. Um, and armor synthesis promises to allow players to create universal ornaments. So their transmogs are called ornaments out of any armor in their collection, but only 10 per season, 20 next season. You're so next season you're going to get to transmog 20 pieces, I believe.
Okay.
Um, and there were a couple other points, like a few year one armors that can't be made into ornaments, as well as what seems to be a needlessly complicated four-step process to complete a single ornament that also adds three new resources to a game that's only just recently gotten rid of its unnecessary resources. But it's the artificial hard cap that seems to be catching the most flack, which is 10 pieces per season. Um, now, so here we get into it. For the low price of 1,000 silver, roughly $10, players can turn another 5 pieces of armor into a set of universal ornaments through armor synthesis without dealing with the 10-piece limit or the complicated process of doing it the free to play way. Considering how eager Destiny 2 players have been for Transmog, it's about as blatant a cash grab as anything Bungie has ever done. Okay, so let's that's basically it. Um, so let's talk about this because I have a different opinion. I think so. Destiny 2 is free to play, right?
Okay.
Now,
It didn't used to be.
it didn't used to be. You and me paid full price for it.
I actually played for the PlayStation 4 Special Edition that was completely white.
Uh huh.
Yeah, that came with Destiny 2. That was the Destiny 2 version.
Okay. So yeah, you and me paid full price for it,
Mhm.
and we never got that money back because we didn't like the game and we quit kind of early.
Yeah.
Um, so I'm not gonna bash the game because I didn't like it. I'm just gonna talk about this one particular thing. So the
I,
game is free to
I'll,
play now.
I'll bash a game if I don't like it.
No, no. Well, I want to focus on this thing right now.
Fair, fair. Do your thing.
Yeah, but yeah, the game. Let's just say the game didn't need to be made. All right. Destiny 1 was great and we loved it, and they could have just kept adding content. All right. So essentially what happened was uh, the player. Okay, so when you come out with a free to play game, there's different ways you can do it. Mobile, they have like boost gaming that supercharges your character for an amount of time and lets you progress through the game. Those are the bad type of free to play because it's pay to win, right? And that's not what we want, right?
Yes.
Now, you can take a game, look at a game like League of Legends. They're a free to play game. You can buy champions if you want, or you can play and unlock points for free and unlock those champions for free, right? So you're given the option. You can
Yes.
buy them or you can, just grind it out, just play and unlock them. Now, you can very rarely, but sometimes get a free skin, which is a costume for your character. Or if there's like a limited edition skin or something that you just don't want to wait, you can buy a skin. Here's the thing. You having a skin and looking good in the game does not affect gameplay for anyone else in the game. So I see that as a no harm, no foul type of transaction because it's not pay to win. It's just cosmetic, right? You don't have to buy the skin if you don't want to, but if you do want to, you can buy it and enjoy it. But it doesn't affect anyone else's gameplay. You know what I mean? I view those type of transactions as not
Supplementary.
yes, yeah, they're not like a harm to the gaming ecosystem, so to speak, right?
Well, what do you tell someone? And yes, first of all, I want to say you're completely right
Yeah.
that it doesn't harm the game's ecosystem, and that it doesn't affect gameplay overall
Yes.
in any negative way.
Yeah.
Because someone that has a certain skin isn't better per se in terms of gameplay than someone else.
Exactly.
That being said,
Yeah.
uh, what are the reasons why someone's playing the game?
Um.
Because I mean, I can say, for aside from the fact that we were playing the game
Mhm.
in order to get better weapons
Mhm.
and increase like our levels in
Mhm.
some way, shape, or form, because there was a max level. I think we hit like 20 in the base Destiny.
Yeah.
After that,
And then
it
it went up
does
to
get to a
40.
point, huh?
After that, it went up to 40, I believe.
Yes, but I'm just
Yeah.
saying, after that, once you get to a point where you're like at a pretty decent level and you've
Yeah.
got a great amount of gear, the gameplay really does become about the cosmetics. And
Yeah. No, you're right.
it does become about, acquiring certain types of gear that don't affect gameplay.
Yes.
And so I think, and this is where it gets a little sticky, because I think Bungie's completely aware of that. I think
Oh
everyone
yeah.
is aware of that,
Yeah.
and that's why there's an outcry against it, because it's like, well, you're trying to monetize my reason for playing when it wasn't monetized before, so it's taking it away.
Fair enough. But to counter that, this is a new feature that didn't even exist.
I mean, gear wasn't a new feature.
No, 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 not gear. I'm talking about the transmog.
Mm.
The
But I mean, like the fashion feature. What I'm trying to say is, like, in
Oh
terms
yeah.
of fashion for Destiny, that's been there since the first.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Um,
But
so
yeah, it's a
so
com-
so
it,
so,
it's a
go ahead.
complicated issue. It's a
It is complicated, but at the same time, I think it's a little disingenuous to say that it's just kind of like, hey, they're starting to charge and it's fine. It's like, it really isn't. and
well,
and in the community is telling you that it isn't.
yeah.
And I don't know. I did see someone, I think it was What Culture Gaming, talk about it.
Mhm.
I could be wrong, but they were saying that a lot of these companies, especially when it's like um especially like Activision or
Yeah.
EA, they'll take two steps too many
Uh-huh.
and then walk it back by half a step and be like, hey, look, we're giving you something that you wanted. Sorry that we went too far.
Yeah.
but they've already taken that initial step into whatever range they wanted to in terms of uh, putting real life money towards uh, skins for the most part.
Yeah. So yeah, you're right. When you get later in the game, it's all about like how good your armor is, how good your weapons are, and
How fly you look.
yeah, and to some people, how fly they look. I've never personally, I've never cared about that, which is maybe why I have a different opinion.
Well, that's why you look like trash.
Yeah, that's why I dress like this, people. That's why I dress like this. Um, so, but at the same time, it is a free game, and they have to support it somehow. They have to make money because it's free, right? So the
But
only way for them,
so you don't think that there could have been a different avenue, like making maybe worthwhile content that you would actually have to pay for in order to
yeah.
play?
Well, look, my opinion of this game is it shouldn't exist in the first place. So
Completely fair.
yeah, let's get that out of the way. But I'm saying as like somebody who's observed the industry, I feel that it's fair to charge people for cosmetics. And that's just my opinion. You know what I mean? Um,
Gotcha.
and the reason why I support it is because I don't like when people charge for pay to win. And so I want to support paying for cosmetics because to me it's not toxic and it's not going to ruin the gaming ecosphere. Um, but if you take that off the table, you say no, you can't charge for cosmetics. Then I fear that the game companies are going to start charging for more, devious methods. You know what I mean? And
Well, I mean, we saw that with Star Wars Battlefront 2.
mhm.
They actually did some pay to win type situation,
Yeah,
and I mean that caused me to cancel my pre-order.
yes, as
Um,
it should, as it should.
and then I never got to play the game, and I heard that it got better. And then they removed that, and it was just cosmetics, just purchasing cosmetics.
Yeah, but the
Um,
problem the problem with EA though is that you're right. They're the ones that are the habitual line steppers, as Dave Chappelle would say.
yes,
They always take two steps forward.
yes.
With everything they do, they always take two steps forward. That's the problem with EA is that they're constantly pushing players into like a negative feedback loop. And that's what I hate about them. But what I see from Destiny, yeah, I get it. If I was like a hardcore Destiny player and I did not have money to pay for costumes and they were only giving me 10 pieces a season for free, um, yes, I could see I would get mad. But me just thinking logically as like, okay, it's a cosmetic change. It's not going to alter the gaming meta. I don't disagree with it for that reason. So,
Fair. Huh.
but I am not going to take away from the frustration of Destiny players by any means. So I can sympathize with them too.
Yeah, my heart goes out to them.
So I would say a good medium ground while we were sitting here talking and that I thought of, why not add Transmog Drops in the game that you can get from completing like dungeons and stuff like that. That way you're rewarding like gameplay as well. So you can
Well, from
try.
what I understand, before you go on, from
Yeah.
what I understand, this isn't completely pay to have transmog. And I apologize if I'm not completely correct on this. I
Yeah.
mean, Geo springs these news stories up on me randomly. But from what I understand, from what I've heard, is that you do have availability to do this transmog thing for free, and it's only capped at so much within a
Yeah, yeah.
given
You
time
get
frame.
10
And then
items a
after
season.
that, you have to pay.
Yeah, you get 10 items a season. But
And but the thing is that they've made it a little convoluted in terms of doing that.
yeah, and that's why I'm saying what WoW does is they actually drop transmogs as loot in dungeons. So you can get so in WoW it's different. Like in WoW it would be like, hey, I want to go get a transmog. You get together a team and then everyone goes and does that dungeon, and if the transmog drops, everyone gets the transmog. So what I'm saying is like a happy medium here would be you can give people the free ones, right? Which is a little convoluted to do and
Yes.
it might annoy them. But and then you can charge as well, right? Because it's cosmetics. But why not also add them into the into dungeons, like special ones that reward gameplay, right? Because
Yes.
that's a win-win for the player and for Bungie. Because one, they're going to keep playing, and two, their hard work and gameplay is going to pay off by getting even more rare transmogs. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So I feel like there is a happy medium in there where they could um, be more fair to the players and reward their efforts.
Tweet Bungie.
Yeah, yeah,
Let them
maybe,
know. Let them
yeah,
know you found a solution.
yeah. Everyone out there, let us know what you think about Bungie adding like transmogs into the actual gameplay that drop that you can pick up as kind of like a way for them to compensate players in a better way. So yeah,